Hello everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to Canada and Beyond. And if you are new to this channel, we are welcoming you, and we want to tell you that on this channel we talk all about Canada. If you are someone interested in learning about Canada, make sure to subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss any of our future video. So today's video is very important because we are about to see a big shift in Canada's politics. Justin Trudeau's era is about to end and we are anticipating a new Prime Minister soon. I want to make this video to give you an idea of what is expected next. There are many immigrants who are watching this channel, and this video is relevant to Canadian immigration as well because change of government will have direct impact on Canadian immigration. I have divided this video in few points in attempt to make it easier for you to understand. So with that being said, let's begin. So number 1 point here is handover. The Liberals will choose a new leader this Sunday, marking the end of Justin Trudeau's decade-long leadership as a Prime Minister. Trudeau has confirmed that he will officially step down in the coming days, but the exact timing will be determined through discussions with the incoming leader. He emphasized that the transition should happen relatively quickly, although the current complex global situation might affect how swiftly this process takes place. Now the second point here is forming a government. Once the new leader is selected, one of their immediate priorities will be to formally resign as the Prime Minister and meet with Governor General Mary Simon. Simon will then invite the new Liberal leader to form a government. This handover could happen quickly within a few days, or it may take several weeks. However, it is unlikely that Trudeau will remain in his role when the Parliament reconvenes at the end of March. Trudeau has already stated that he does not plan to stay in a caretaker role during the next election. The new leader will need to name a new cabinet and set a date for swearing in the ministers. Trudeau's current cabinet has 37 members, but due to many Liberals MPs choosing not to seek re-election, the new leader will likely form a smaller cabinet. Some existing ministers may stay on, while others might be replaced. New ministers will need to undergo vetting, security clearance, and be briefed on their responsibilities as quickly as possible, since an election is expected within the next 6 months. Now the third point will be naming a team. In addition to forming the new cabinet, the incoming leader will need to appoint a staff for key positions within the Prime Minister's office. These new staff members will also need security clearance and briefing to get up to the speed on their responsibilities. Given the fast approaching election, part of the new leader's inner circle will need to focus on preparing for the campaign. The timing of the next election remains uncertain, but it could be called at any time after the new cabinet is sworn in. Now number 4, which is very important, is Trump effect. A major factor the new leader will need to consider is the ongoing relationships with the United States President Donald J. Trump, especially regarding the issues like tariffs. Several of the Trudeau's key ministers, including Finance Minister Dominic LeBlanc and Foreign Minister Melanie Joly, have been central in negotiation with Trump. The new leader will have to decide whether to retain these ministers to maintain continuity with US relations or to show a distinct break from Trudeau's policies. Trump's shifting trade policies and complexities to this decision influencing the new leader's cabinet choices and their timing for the next election. Now the big question is, could Parliament come back? Trudeau prorogued Parliament until March 24th, and this means that the new leader will inherit a minority government without supply and confidence deal. The new government will face confidence votes right away. The opposition, particularly the Conservatives, are pushing for reopening of the Parliament, especially to address ongoing issues such as Trump's tariffs. However, Conservatives have indicated they will not delay calling an election even if Parliament is reopened. The NDP, on the other hand, has said they are willing to cooperate with the Liberals to specific legislation to support Canadian workers affected by tariffs. While the Liberals and NDP together control enough seats to defeat non-confidence motions and pass legislations, they will need to negotiate the details. There is a possibility the new leader could opt to call an election immediately after swearing in their cabinet to secure a strategic advantage. Now the next step is going to be going to polls. An election could be called before March 24th, which would require all political parties to quickly nominate candidates for the 343 ridings. At the time of this particular video, the Liberals had about 160 candidates nominated. The election campaign would last between 37 and 51 days, with voting scheduled for Monday. Even during the election campaign, the Trudeau government would remain in place in caretaker mode. While the government cannot pass new laws, it can continue responding to critical matters such as trade negotiations with the US over tariffs. The election campaign will certainly distract all parties involved, but it's important to note that the Canadian government will continue to function even in a caretaker capacity. So it is very important to go back in the history and learn from it. The last leadership transition with the same party occurred in 2003 when Paul Martin replaced John Chrétien as the Liberal leader. Chrétien announced his resignation and Martin won the leadership race in November. Chrétien prorogued the parliament until January 12, 2004 to allow for a smooth transition. Martin was sworn in as a prime minister in December 2003, and the next federal election was held in June 2004, where Martin's Liberals won a minority government. In contrast, the transition from Stephen Harper to Justin Trudeau in 2015 was much quicker, taking only 16 days. This shows the Canadian leadership transition are relatively faster compared to other countries. For example, in the United States, there is a 2-month gap between the election and the inauguration. In Germany, after a recent election, the new government will be in place by late April. Now, at this point, no matter what the outcome of this transition is, one thing is certain: the next government will face many challenges. These are not easy times, especially with Trump still in the office. It's not just the external issues that are impacting Canada, but Canada is also grappling with domestic crises like high cost of living, unaffordable housing, and devalued Canadian dollar, and the possibility of recession. Personally, I am very optimistic about Canada's future. Despite the tariff threats, we are seeing decision makers begin to think about diversifying trade and reducing dependence on the US. This is a crucial step, and I think we needed that push to explore other emerging markets and stop relying on just one partner. Moreover, I'm excited to see the full utilization of Canada's vast natural resources. We are one of the richest countries on the planet, and Canadians are very proud of that. It will be interesting to see how Canada's future unfolds. I hope that you find value out of this video. If you did get value out of this video, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and like this video. And let us know in the comments down below, what do you think the Canada's future will look like? This is it for today. Thank you so much, and we will see you in the next one.